welcome back to the channel. For those of you just joining us today, my name is Alfred and this is Capital City Aquatics. And today we're going to be discussing the importance of doing weekly or bi-weekly water changes. I know there is a lot of videos out there saying that water changes aren't necessary, and in the very rare case that is correct. However, for the majority of people who are keeping aquariums, it is important that you stay on top of your weekly or bi-weekly water changes. And the most important reason for staying on top of your water changes is to maintain a healthy ecosystem for your fish and for your plants. The nitrogen cycle, if it starts to become off balance, you could be looking at devastating effects on your fish and your plant life. And one of the easiest ways to maintain a good balance in your aquarium is through water testing and changing your water. So, what do we mean by doing water changes or cleaning your fish tank? Certainly, we don't need you to empty all of the water or 90% of the water out of your tank. If you're doing bi-weekly water changes, 10 to 20% is more than sufficient. If you're doing it weekly, then you could look at anywhere between 10 to 15%. So you bring your water down and you then refill it with fresh water. I myself use the Python system, which has made my life a lot easier. It comes directly from the tap, and then you simply add a dechlorinizer. I use Seachem Prime for my water changes. And when you're cleaning the tank, you can take a look at using an algae scrubber to remove some of the algae. If you have shrimps or snails in the tank, depending on how many you have, they're usually quite good at doing that for you, as long as it is a reasonable amount of algae that you have on the side of your tank. If you have excessive amounts, then you might want to consider lessening the time that your lights are on, or if you can adjust the intensity of your lights, you might want to consider doing that as well. And then on a monthly basis, when you have your tank maintenance scheduled or water change scheduled, another thing you can take a look at doing is, of course, your filter maintenance. Depending on the type of filter that you have, if you have a sponge filter, you might want to take the sponge filter out and rinse out the sponge in old aquarium water, and then you can reassemble it and put it back in your tank. If you have a hang on the back filter, some of your filter media may require to be rinsed out. Others might require to be switched out and replaced completely. But again, this is something that isn't necessarily done on a weekly or bi-weekly basis, depending on the how many fish you have in your filter. Typically speaking, some filter maintenance would be required roughly once every month. One thing I would recommend is that you keep a log of your maintenance. So that way you can look back and refer to what it was that was replaced or cleaned the last time you did your filter maintenance, and you're not second guessing yourself at that point. Another thing that could be done on an as needed basis whenever you're doing tank maintenance is if you do have live plants in your aquarium, some of those from time to time do require a trimming. And if you're looking to add to the aquarium plant life, you can then look at replanting those in your substrate, and that way it continues to fill in the back and provide you with a beautiful aquascape in your aquarium. Fertilizing your plants, this is done on a weekly or bi-weekly basis, again depending on how many plants you have in your tank. I use an all-in-one fertilizer. That way it's only a few pumps every week or every 2 weeks based on the instructions that are on the bottle. But again, aquarium maintenance, not a big undertaking if it's broken down on a weekly or bi-weekly basis. And if you stay on top of it and do it on a regular basis, you'll be providing your fish with ideal living conditions, and they will reward you with plenty of hours of viewing. I would ask for new people to definitely subscribe to the channel. There's going to be lots of entertaining information coming up in the coming months. If you like this video, definitely click the like button and click the notification button so that when new material comes out, you're the first to know. Have a good day, everyone.